Hello everyone. Today we're doing a follow-up review on Amazon Luna, and we're going to be answering the top questions, see what they changed in the Amazon Luna app and website, and see the most popular games and see how they function on Amazon Luna, the latency and how fast they are compared to Google Stadia. So in the first review we did, we first reviewed two games on the app and the website. We reviewed Control and Everspace. So now we're gonna be reviewing Resident Evil Biohazard Edition on the website in Amazon Luna. So it's asking us to create some save files. So it in Amazon Luna it does save your games. So let's say you're playing a little bit, it does save your game and your game same data just how you left it. So we are gonna start. So far it seems like everything is working properly. The menus are working properly, looks like. So we're seeing some gameplay. We're starting in the car. This is a horror game. So far everything looks normal. The gameplay, the graphics doesn't seem to have any frame dropping. The cutscenes are working, although there was no skip, but that's in the game. So everything looks normal. And it seems like this game is working perfectly on the website. Doesn't seem to be glitching at all. So now we're trying Amazon Luna on the app. When I last tested it, the app had glitches. So I'm guessing that Resident Evil 7 also has glitches in this review. So now we're going to try it and you'll see that same gameplay but on the app. So now we're trying Resident Evil Biohazard on the app. As you can see, it's very glitchy and this is unplayable, just like in the last review, as you can see. But whenever you try it on the website, it works properly. So still, it is a good cloud gaming streaming service. It's just that it has its glitches and losses of frame and latency when you're actually playing on the app. You just play on the web when you actually want to use it without glitching. So, as you can see, Resident Evil has glitches and latency when you're using the app. So this is Control in the app. As you can see, from the last time we loaded the menu, it's kind of like getting stuck. So from the last game, it was also having frame loss. I think there's already frame loss, you can see there. Just this is a little bit stuttering. But if we start the game, you'll start to actually realize there's something glitching and there's frame loss so far. So it seems like so far, two games on the app are both glitching. Two. And in the last review, also Control and Everspace was glitching. So as you can see, this is unplayable just like the last game. But in the last game, we couldn't even use the menu properly. This game, I can still use the menu and quit the game. So now we're trying a new racing game called Grid. Now in this game, what you're doing is just racing, and we're gonna be trying it on the web, which we're trying it right now on the web, and then we're gonna be trying it on the app. Amazon's cloud gaming platform. It promises to work on any screen with virtually no game download or update time. Users are also able to quickly switch between devices without losing progress. The service includes a growing number of new favorite games from a number of developers. So everything seems like it's working normal. There was a long cutscene, there was no frame loss, no glitches so far. Everything seems normal. Yeah, I have never played this game before. So it looks like this game requires a Google Stadia controller, which I never knew. So for example, it says press RT to accelerate. Of course, there's no RT button on the keyboard. That is actually for Google Stadia controllers. So as you can see right now, I am pretty much stuck, and I'll have to quit using escape. So next we're gonna try this on the app on Windows, and we're gonna see if this is any different. So far what we see here, everything doesn't have any frame loss, and we'll see what happens if we load up in the app. So now we are trying Grid on the app that you can install, the Amazon Luna app, and on the web, and you can already see there's some glitches if you didn't realize. This cutscene looks like it's glitching a little bit. So something with the app has frame loss, and whenever I use the app, it says I have network issues sometimes. But then when I use the web, there's no network issues, and I have a 5 GB network, right? So they shouldn't be having network issues if my network's very fast. So we are now starting Grid on the app. So far I'm pressing a bunch of buttons. I have got the car to accelerate. For some reason, oh, there's some guys hitting me. So it looks like there's no way to control, and you need a controller for the app. So from what I can see right here, the game is basically unplayable. I mean, it's really slow, and I think if I was driving, there would be lots of frame loss. The menu does work, unlike the other game, and I can still quit the game. So now we are playing Overcooked 2 on the web, and now after this we're going to be trying this on the app. So if we can see, it seems like everything is working so far on the web. So Google Stadia does have some multiplayer games, and they do work properly. So everything seems like it's working on the web so far. Doesn't seem like there's any frame loss. Menus are working fine. As you can see, I can still quit the game. And I can even leave the lobby here. And I can change the settings. As you can see here, I can change the controls, which do work. So now we're trying Overcooked 2 on the app. So from right here, the app does work on the menu selection of the apps and the content. It works fine. But as soon as you hop into a game, you can immediately realize there's frame loss from gameplay. So once the game starts, everything looks normal. This menu you can see already, it's glitching. You see it takes a second for the mouse to move. So let's try to play and see how the gameplay is with this frame loss. So now we're loading up with the frame loss. And this frame loss here makes this game almost unplayable. So as you can see, I can barely play this game, barely use the controls, and the menu does work still, enabling me to quit the game and change the controls. But this can all be fixed. All these problems are just using the web, and this is a good Stadia replacement so far from what we can see if you're just playing on the website only and not the app. So now we're trying Panzer Dragon on the website right now, on the Amazon Luna website, and then we're going to be trying it on the app. And after that, I'm going to start explaining about the questions most people ask, and is Amazon Luna better still than Google Stadia? So far everything is working. Doesn't seem like there's any glitches so far. Although there was one game I tried and it didn't even load up on Amazon Luna. So I'm gonna click start, new game. So far the menus are working. It seems like the game is working properly. Cutscenes are working properly. It seems like the game is working properly. So now we're gonna see some gameplay. So everything is functioning here. Menus are working. Sound settings start off very loud, so I'm just gonna turn that down. So everything seems like it's working. And the game seems like it's working. Looks like the whole point of the game is just to fly around in a dragon and play. So now we're trying the same game on the app. So everything was working on the site. The menus are looking like they're a little bit glitching this time. If you move it very fast, it takes time. So I can see there's some latency already. So if you remember, this game is flying really fast, so we should be able to see the latency almost immediately in the gameplay. So we're starting and we're gonna see what happens if there is still latency. So far in every single game we have tested, there was latency. So as you can see, there is latency already, and this cutscene, you can see it. There's frame loss here. This is making this game unplayable. Like, unplayable, because by the time you see where you need to move, for example, when those dragons, enemies, are shooting at you and you need to move, it's too late. You can't barely shoot them either, because you're just randomly firing because of how glitchy it is. And the sounds are also very glitched. And I am still able to quit and change the settings. But let's see if there's any graphic options. Although I doubt that would really help, since this isn't as very high resolution and the machines that are running this should be very fast. So I think there might be some connection errors with the app. I don't really know what could be, but whenever this is done on the web, the games function better. There's no latency, the frames are high like normal, and the sounds are normal, everything works properly. But whenever I go to the app, nothing works at all. So that's this review of reviewing the games. In the next part of the video, I will be answering questions. So the top question for the Amazon Luna cloud streaming service, the top questions that you may actually ask are, how fast internet do you need to have? Well, you need to have a 10 megabytes per second internet is enough to handle Luna. But the faster internet you have, the faster the games will be, the faster and the better it will be running. Or a 5 gigahertz infinite Wi-Fi is better too. What devices can it run on? It can run on Windows PCs, Macs, iPhones, iPads, and it's compatible with Fire TV. And is Luna coming to Linux? Luna is not coming to Linux. And if you're questioning how you get signed in and how the pricing will be like, well, you will be able to sign in on the early access, and you'll go to a link. I'll leave it in the description. You guys just go to the link. I'll just write purchasing Amazon Luna, and you guys can click on it if you want to purchase Amazon Luna for yourself. And you will receive an invitation, and it will be sent out in batches every few days. Luna will not be coming to other countries very soon, but will be coming very soon to other countries in the future. Right now, it's only in US. Amazon Luna is only in the early stage, but for right now, for the basic Luna Plus channel, it's $6 a month. and there is an early access 7-day trial. And there are channels which you do have to pay for in Luna, but you only get a one channel which you're paying for, and you can pay for some extra ones. Like there's an Ubisoft channel. What controllers can work with Luna? Well, your the very own Luna controller, Xbox One controller, PlayStation 4 DualShock controller, as well as a mouse and keyboard. And should you buy a Luna controller? Well, the Luna controller links to Amazon servers directly via Wi-Fi, which means the latency and responsiveness are better using Bluetooth Connect controllers. Should you buy it? Well, it's $50. I'll also leave that in the link in the description below, the link for that, in case you guys want a Luna controller. I wouldn't recommend buying it, although some games require it, and you only really need it if you're using Android, or else you can just use a mouse or a keyboard. Can you use your Luna controller outside the Luna ecosystem? So let's say you want to use your Luna controller for your computer just to play, for example, an Xbox game. Yes, you can connect it to your PC Mac via Bluetooth or USB-C cable. Note that it is not bundled with the controller. So yes, you can, although it may not function correctly while doing that. And some troubleshooting you can do. This might fix your problem, but for me, this never fixed the problem. Games are laggy, the experience isn't smooth. What should you do? If you connect your device to the internet via an Ethernet cable, not Wi Fi, that didn't solve my problem when I'm using the app. If you stick to Wi Fi, make sure you're using 5 gigahertz. I'm using that, and not a 2.4 gigahertz connection. Make sure to like and subscribe. That's it for this video.